and welcome to another episode of Curse of Mother Misery. Tonight we're playing the module Curse of Strahd, but it's changed, transformed, and we're playing in the system and the setting of Frostmark RPG, everything created by moi. There's a content warning for tonight of bad language, heavy topics, gothic horror, and perhaps some gore. We shall see. But with me, I have a wonderful cast of players. I got Lady Lyra, our half of a Megas, played by Julie. Hello, welcome.
Yeet!
And Marty, our Changeling Warlock, played by Cookie. Hello, welcome.
Hello.
Hello. Next over to the study, our Tiefling Bard, played by Adriana. Hello.
I'm to test if gravity truly works.
And then our fourth spot is to be filled by Boeing, joining with Master Arius Stormlight. In very soon, we're working behind the scenes, and we shall get our fourth player in a few short episodes. Looking forward to it. But before then, what happened last time, gang?
Combat, fight, chop, chop, chop,
Combat.
chop.
I wrote this with my heart, so you better
I can
read out some of the
tell.
stuff.
I like the sad smiley face.
There's definitely some GM salt in this.
Yeah. I also like the righteous lesbian fury.
Maybe I should just read it out, because I want to read it out.
Again,
Please do.
We
It's so good.
We start off the episode with massive damage from Illyria. She recites the words that activate the Sun Sword and the absolute failure of Will the Splinter to touch even a hair on her hasted head. In fact, that will be the theme of the remainder of this combat. Sad face. Illyria is totally a lumberjack now. Hamartia mimes elementals to Nikna and the enemy druids, and strangely, it doesn't cause total confusion. With a warning display of wind magic, two of the her druids run away. Essie does some sick dance moves with her blades, backing up Hula against Orn, who dishes some serious damage to Hula. It makes Hula angry. Nyx takes advantage of Winter Splinter's zero speed to cast Ouch Blue Light on it from above. The druids forget their place in the turn order and make up for the fact by raining more lightning from above.
Jesus.
Nyx makes it his mission to remove the concentration of these druids, but it takes a few turns for him to accomplish this. Nikna gets hunted by Goliath, and she tries to slow him down by casting Entangle on the ground and asking Nyx for help. Hamartia and the tree have a wrestling contest for the Golthia staff that controls the blights, and the big ass tree wins against a small girl. Who could have guessed? The tree still can't hit Illyria, and even divine resurrected Balgir cannot cause her any discomfort. As Hamartia gets grappled by the tree and squeezed for blood, the GM is momentarily choked. Protective Pomp saves Hula against Orn, but not against the lightning bolt that comes from the skies, and Hula goes down. The tree takes advantage and crushes the life out of her body, and it consumes her soul. The tree gets overly excited. It can move now, and has to apologize and reroute itself until Dusk and Dawn can finish their attacks. With renewed vigor, Winter Splinter moves back into position and slams his roots and branches everywhere, still unable to hit Illyria! In righteous lesbian fury, Nikna runs forth and casts Blight. Winter Splinter explodes into a rain of blood, exposing one of the three hearts, not the tree hearts. Fun Freudian slip. Orn goes down with the ominous words that this was the final chance for the forest folk to survive. Now they have been doomed to death. One after the other, with the help of giant birds and shining red eyes, you persuade or intimidate the remaining forest folk to surrender. In a total buzzkill to the epic music, Nikna cries over Hula's body. Hamartia picks up the gem and gets a salty surprise.
Why did you have to write it that way?
Because I can.
A salty surprise.
Can I?
No.
Was that good, Chad? Did you laugh?
What exactly
think
is a
it's
salty
great.
surprise?
She heard the sound of waves crashing against the shore, and the nose smelled of sea salt, which she picked up the gem.
No, it's not what you were
Did not
thinking.
go there.
Thank you, Cake. And that's exactly what happened last time. True to the words.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess thank you, me, for that recap.
Yeah.
Good job, you.
Yay!
You did the thing.
And we shall get back into the moment. We shall completely change the mood. Ah. Oh.
No laughs here.
No. Exactly, Caitlin. No jokes whatsoever. Sweat on the brow, a tremble to the hand, and the aches of the body. You take a moment to breathe and appreciate that you're still alive. It is contrasted by the wails of Nikna and a distant howl from the forest that pierces through your heart and mind. You don't know what to say or do before such devastation. You couldn't even try to console her, as you do not share a language with each other. But when the silence stretches on and become awkward, in respect of her loss, finally a Goliath of the White Wolf tribe steps forward and places a heavy hand on her shoulder. The Goliath conveys a low message to her, which seems to calm her down somewhat, and in between hefty intakes of breath, she forces out a message back to him. Gently, another Goliath comes forward, this time one of your former enemies, not of the White Wolf tribe, and together they carefully hoists Hula's mangled and bloodless corpse up from the ground and towards the sky above their heads. Together, all the remaining forest folk join in as they lift her up together, or they take spots to form a makeshift procession and a communal chant in primordial begins as they start to slowly walk away. With eyes still filled with tears, Nyxa is the only one to pay you any heed. As she turns her attention back to you all, you get the feeling that this might be a goodbye. What do you want to do?
Nyx looks to Nikna and gestures that he can still understand her still. It's been an hour yet.
I have to go and bury her. Give her proper respects. We won't be in your way. Thank you, I guess. At least it's over. And she starts to back away.
I mentioned this, that they're gonna go bury Hula. I don't have anything to give them. They were quick to make friends and then quick to leave.
Well, are we gonna take the spear from them? I don't know how to use it. Maybe that could be like a good offering of friendship?
I believe that it would be for the best if we leave him alone for now.
They need time to grieve.
I don't know if Hula really wants the spear. In my opinion, it would be not Hula, but Nikna. In my opinion, it's a symbol of what they just overcame.
Next, do you know what this spear is anyway?
Not yet, but soon. once
see.
I take a quick look at it. So, Ezzy, you can hand it to me for the time being if you can't use it. In the
Do I
meantime,
have to? I think I have such a swagger when I hold it in my hand.
as is usual when you grasp a rod in your hand, but at this point in time, maybe I find out what it is before you grip it oh so gently.
Okay, measure it for me to see if it's worthy.
I am sure you won't have to fight Nyx for the shaft later.
Okay, Illyria, that was disgusting. Don't ever insinuate that with my cousin.
And if you would excuse me whilst you play with your shaft, I need to perform my own rituals to ensure that what happened here can be used for good. And next we'll go over to, like you narrated that the tree exploded and has like this long shaft which had the gem on top of which Hamatia now holds.
Yeah, the tree exploded, like bark and fiber exploded everywhere together with this rain, and then what remained of the tree kind of broke apart in this four parts that like bended towards the ground, and then remaining standing tall in the center in the center was a single remaining fiber that was healthy and hardy, holding on to the gem at the top. As Nykna sees that you're not really engaging with her, she nods and continues to silently cry as she follows the procession.
Lyria will give her like a nod as like a gesture of like, you know, kind of like goodbye and I'm sorry. Like it's just kind of like the
Like a wave and a sorry expression on your face?
No, she kind of like she looks very sad, but it's like more of like an understanding like nod of like a goodbye, if that makes sense.
Okay. She nods back and then she turns around and they march slowly out of your view. That primordial chanting slowly leaving your hearing range until you feel pretty alone.
Yep. Gonna extract some souls.
Did the shrubbery have souls?
Yeah, little ones. Yeah.
They do, but one of them did expand. So that's good. All in all, let's see. Orin and Balgir both have Policy 2 souls. And you have killed 5 total small blights, which have, I think, half souls. Let me double check.
Sounds like it would be, yeah.
Yeah. 5 times 0.5, and then you have 1 Policy 1 in the big blight.
Yep.
The tree seems to be an amalgamation of souls that are slowly like leaving it, and it's a bit like a spellcaster in the sense that you can only capture one of them, and what you capture is a Policy 2 soul from the tree.
So 3 times 2, 5 times 0.5, 1 times 1.
Yep.
I will snag him in the vial for the time being, in the soul gem,
Okay.
as it's currently empty. To deal with later.
Indeed. You also have the spear that Orn wielded, and Hamardia still giving you tingles all over the body. You're holding onto the gem, the crystal, the rock crystal. Cookie, are you muted? There we go. Okay.
No, I'm not muted. Wait.
Yeah, I hear you now.
Okay.
Yeah. What?
Just strangely quiet.
Yes.
That's fine.
As we are done collecting the souls, Nick's like sort of puts away the soul gem and like dusts off his jacket. He didn't really get injured so much. He got hit a little bit, but you know, just little singeing and scrapes and stuff. Nothing significant. And looks to Ezzy and sees that she's doing, you know, moderately okay. She didn't get hit much in this hero's feast, and everything else that was bolstered on top of seems to have done the job. Hamatia, I'm assuming you look okay.
She's halfway there, let's say it that way.
So scrapes and bruises like the same with Nick.
Oh.
She got needled by a lot of needles, and she looks injured, but she's fine. She can take a hit, perhaps even two if she's lucky.
Sure. No need for immediate medical attention.
No.
Okay, so looking around and like taking a deep sigh at the carnage and the eventuality of what just transpired here at Yester Hill. Nyx addresses the group collectively and says, firstly, good job everyone for not dying to begin with. I can't believe we encountered such a creature, gesturing towards the tree. And for putting up with this decision to take care of this immediate threat, and hopefully now you can, well, collectively we can agree instead of disagree that this potentially could have been a disaster if we had not come. However, I'm also grateful that you listened to my point of view and was okay coming here in light of what we learned just before. I'm aware that our attention is needed elsewhere. I'm aware that there are pressing engagements that are life-threatening to some. But let us, at least for a moment, a heartbeat at the very least, reflect on what we have just done. What we, as, well, 4 people, have managed to thwart for the land of Barovia. That we, who are constantly concerned about whether or not we are doing a good job, that we are good souls, despite whatever is going on. And that at least for the moment, this place has been cleansed of the evil that could potentially have changed the entire ecosystem around here. And also, the implications of Illyria shooting down Strahd's advances to his face. I mean, kudos to you, Illyria.
Amatia gives a short clap.
Don't make me blush.
I was never... I was waiting until I could finally do this.
Well,
But I'm also a bit worried if he decides to retaliate.
I
Look
mean,
what we've
he
done.
will retaliate. It's not a matter of if he decides. But I do believe that we have made the right choice here. I mean, look at this fucking tree over there. For the eyes and teeth. Why would someone want a tree with eyes and teeth for himself?
I
No?
don't know. I'm still not sure what his stake in this was.
I'm pretty sure that he is aware of what is going on in the vineyard.
Definitely.
And this was a way that he did not have to muddy his hands. He could let it all play out, and this thing would have rampaged down the road to the vineyard and killed them all, most likely.
But what then? I mean, why come up with something so destructive, so excessive? Think of all of that energy they put into building this thing.
You can't say why originally it was conceived by the forest folk to do this. Maybe their ideology was twisted by Strahd himself. He tends to do that.
They just wanted to, what did they say, be one of his, like, chosen people. They wanted a place to belong because they couldn't even communicate with the Barovians. And they were taken under the wing by the hag.
Right, we haven't resolved that issue. Rin wasn't here.
Rin wasn't here, and yet her friend here died to help us.
We do know, however, that just a little bit along the way there are the Circle of Stones. Not the same Circle of Stones that you grew up with, Ham, but maybe we should investigate that.
Yeah, we should.
Can we take a breather though? It's been quite intense, and I think we all have a few holes in our body right now.
If you need to take a breather, fine. I can investigate and identify exactly what this gem and spear are.
But maybe we move a little bit away from all of the blood and carnage.
Well, the stones aren't exactly far, they're just down the hill. If we go down there and rest down there, you can take a look directly afterwards.
Sounds good.
Alright.
I just don't find resting here very comforting.
Me either. Something icky about this amount of bodies around us, and who's gonna clean this up? Because not it.
Probably the crows.
The ground's a little bit squishy. And I don't think it's the rain.
I would think it's the piles of blood that have been spilled on us at the moment.
Yeah, you're a little bit damp. Essie starts to like cast precipitation to like slowly clean herself.
Matia looks at the cloak of the Count back and say,
Doing my good coat.
As he doesn't know prestidigitation.
"Good."
Oh shit, it's thaumaturgy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fuck!
Yeah.
Well, she
Now she does.
Take care,
Yeah.
cake. See you later. Well, that's awkward. Her eyes shine with anger as she realizes she can't clean herself magically.
Let's move away from here. Let the maggots and crows have their feast.
Yes.
Can we see the circle of stones from here?
Well, let me take you to the overview.
It's a butterfly.
I'm a butterfly.
You are currently right here, and all of this is the apex of the hill, pretty flat. So you kind of need to walk over here to even like begin to see the circle of stones that you pass through.
Oh, we passed through? Oh, it's down there.
Well, you haven't seen anything else that could be akin to a circle of stone.
No, but we had pointed out on the map to us.
Yes. Though I will say that they never said anything was special about it down there.
Yeah, I think it might just be a stone circle. We didn't see any weird blood thingy magics or runes on it, right?
But we didn't really investigate either.
True.
So
Yes.
True.
we can head back down that way.
Yeah, we can definitely have a look.
Okay, we do so.
Do you though?
Yes.
Hamartia.
Yes.
As you turn to leave the area from behind your back,
God damn it.
your hair is tousled by a wind that creeps up on you. It's surprisingly warm and fresh to your nose, smelling of fresh cut grass, moss, the sweetness of spring flowers. What do you want to do?
Hold up. Hold up. Second. Guys?
What's up? You coming?
No. I felt something come from over there. So, it was...
Looks.
I'm going to go investigate. You are more than welcome to join me if you wish.
Wait. I mean, a little bit more with the descriptive words. Something from over there. What are we talking about?
Okay, so I have a thing now, right?
Cookie, as you start, Habarti, as you start explaining, and you have already like turned around and like looked behind you to see wherever that wind came from, your gaze sweeps over the ground for a second, and you can't help but notice that there are some like tiny pebbles there that are moving, tumbling, rolling away from you and towards the tree.
Look, she points to door. Something is happening there. We need to go now.
Wait. Why are we needing to go? I mean,
Because I felt a wind, like a really nice
They're
warm wind.
quickly moving away.
Then look, the stones are moving away.
Let's
I'm
go.
going.
Amelia starts running into the direction Hamartia pointed.
I guess Amartia does the same.
Amartia pulls out her knife and goes,
Wait for me, stones, and she runs.
You kind of have to like point out to Illyria where the stones are moving because it's very hard to see, and then after a moment Illyria catches on to it as well.
Where the fuck am I running?
And together, like, the stones are moving with some speed. You have to like half jog to keep up. And Illyria, now you can also see this like there's like a dozen or so small pebbles that are just against gravity and with purpose are just rolling on their own accord in that little tiny group.
down the hill.
No, back towards where Winter Splinter once stood. You follow. The little stones come upon several obstacles of splintered remains of Winter Splinter, maybe a wayward route, and they tumble up and against gravity, never losing connection to the ground as they move above and around these obstacles on the ground, going with very quick movements and. With a jerky movement, it changed direction, moving around the original mount from which Gulthias walked out of, to where you get almost all the way behind from where Winter Splinter once stood. They move towards where the trunk would have been, up to two dry, dead bushes that somehow survived all of it. They roll in between these two dry bushes, and then Illyria Hamartia, you hear a sound you did not expect. There is the sound of pebbles falling down a hole, Sounds of dull impacts against walls until the sound becomes so distant you are unable to hear anything any longer.
Well, it's a good thing I have 2 flying birds with me right now.
I mean, is there like a hole? Can we see a hole?
No, you heard the sound of like pebbles falling down a well, but there's just 2 dead bushes before you, like preventing you from seeing anything for now.
Okay.
Wonder where they went. Lyric, could you chop away? I mean, since you're so good at chopping trees, apparently, would you like to continue on?
I mean, so are they like blocking our view, or are they like?
Yeah,
it's
they're
blocking
blocking
your
your
view.
view.
Okay. I guess I start chopping if they're in the way.
All right.
Unless, can we just go like past them?
No, they've gone down a hole in the ground,
Yeah.
of which our vision of what they've just done is obscured by these 2 tree-like bushes. So they've gone like
Thank you.
underneath
Now
the
you're
undergrowth.
making sense.
Wow. I'm sorry, I failed. Exactly.
No, I'm sorry. I'm just being dumb, probably.
No, it's okay, let's continue.
Yeah, Lyria starts chopping.
As you stand there, it takes a few times, a few seconds to get rid of them. Essie and Nyx kind of
Let me
standing.
be real. I don't think rapiers are particularly made for chopping.
No, this is gonna take like a minute.
Made of light there. I mean, Ezzy has
True,
swords as well.
true.
And
I mean, true,
Nyx has a sword.
Lyria can activate the sun sword again. It's probably gonna be pissy about it, but she can do it.
How dare
We're
you
gonna do
use
it
me
now
against
because it's
bushes?
obvious.
I'm a noble weapon.
What am I, a hoe?
You're a very noble weapon, but also this is very important.
But Essie kind of moves out of the way and brings up her silvered axe and like, let me do it. Like, oh my god, it's taking forever. Nyx, as you're kind of standing behind, they're overlooking other people working, like you usually do.
Yep. Classic.
You see,
Project manager.
I think Amardia's pretty focused on like what's in front of her.
yeah.
Yeah.
She's standing next to you, but you see her like twitching and almost like always trying to move some sort of thing, tapping her finger, itching somewhere. She looks very nervous here.
As you're standing here on the other side of Golthias, in view of the southwestern peak of Yester Hill, the mists before you part in a very peculiar way to reveal a vision in the misty clouds. No, I don't want to change location. I want to go
What
here.
do you want to do?
There we go.
We're looking southeast.
Southwest. You're the
Southwest.
southwestern corner, and you continue looking southwest.
Okay.
And there, in the clouds, you see a vision of a sprawling city on a mountainous region. It's vast, with intricate Gothic architecture, towers, basilicas, forts, walls. It's not a city you recognize, but it's clear that whatever it may be, it is or was certainly a mighty one.
Does it linger? Does it like remain there for a while?
It remains.
I mean, we know about like a weird like cloud portal thing to a city, right?
I will say that you easily recall Davian talking about the peculiarities of Jester Hill, and he mentions that the Marticle family had intelligence that Strahd would come from time to time and spend a peculiar amount of time gazing towards a vision of a city in the clouds. But for now, Nixus, is only you notice this. Unless you call it out.
Mattia,
Yeah, yes?
that's a neat hole, but do you see that? And points towards the city in the clouds.
Do you see anything?
Yeah. It takes like a second for you to like break concentration. But you are very much distracted by what you see as well.
Oh, shoot. That's,
What's going on?
I'm not going crazy, right? Everyone can see.
No, it's certainly there.
I've never heard of, well, until recently, a city like
have
this.
Heard about a city that Strahd spent a lot of time staring at, no?
Why staring at? What? Is it possible to get there? Can I gauge, like, the distance of how far away it is?
It's kind of strange because that large of a mountain should not be this close. So it feels like you're watching like a zoomed in kind of view of whatever the city is. Illyria, as you look over it, there's a creeping feeling of familiarity that slowly comes over you. And in your mind's eye, suddenly it comes flashing memories of walking down moonlit streets among dark buildings.
Illyria flashback. Ooh.
Oh god, that's kind of trippy.
Holy shit.
Illyria, you're out for a while, and Nyx calls your name, which brings your mind back into focus. That moment, gone.
Lydia,
Yeah.
you okay? I was.
She kind of like snaps back and puts like a hand to like her hands, like.
It's happened, hasn't it? I've gotten boring for you.
What?
Clearly, you're not paying attention to me anymore.
Nyx, I think this city seems familiar.
Oh. Like you've... Wait, we're talking weird vampire lady memory kind of thing? Or you've been there before, personally, as Illyria?
So I don't recall being there as Illyria.
So... What do you remember?
Just walking through dark, moonlit streets.
Sounds lonely. And do you recall the name of it?
Wish I could.
Or how to get there? Should we even get there? I mean, Hamatia has her eagles. Maybe we could fly there.
Guys, I feel offended. Like, I've just cleared the way over here, and then you're focusing over there.
I mean, good job clearing the way of shrubbery and foliage. I always knew that you were
This
a gardener.
enchanted silvered axe is not meant to do this.
Well,
I am not to do,
Neither
meant to do
is
this.
neither was this, and Illyria takes out this like way too proud broken sword. And I think it's gonna be mad at me for it.
Well, it's done. So what are we going to do? Go down there or go over there?
Why not both?
Okay.
Well, let's see what's actually down the hole.
Yes.
Maybe it's shallow.
I hope so.
It didn't really
How big
sound
is the
shallow,
opening?
did it?
How big is the opening of the hole?
Well, as you looked to
Yeah.
it, this is what you see.
That's a very deep, dark hole.
How wide is this hole?
It's about 1 meter times 1 meter.
So 1 meter radius.
Diameter.
Okay, so half a meter radius.
And
So it's too
it
small
is
for
not,
eagles.
yeah, and it's not angled like 90 degrees downwards, but it's at a steep angle. And it goes directly, the direction you look into, it's down and underneath from where Winter Splinter was rooted. The walls have this strange, natural but still carved feeling to it that goes in a loose spiral pattern.
If I touch the walls there, what sort of texture do I get?
It's made out of stone. There should be like some soil or packed earth and more like rocks and pebbles in the walls, but the walls are pure stone.
As he's close by and is, natural explorer, kind of ranger-esque, would she potentially know what could have made this form, this burrow?
She takes it in and she looks completely befuddled.
The stones went down there?
Did they?
Well, that's what we heard, right?
Did you?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh. Boreas. Okay, alright.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Seems to go below Winter Splinter. Or where it used to be.
Well, it's completely dark down there, so I don't know. This gives me the creeps. Like, I'm a brave lady, I will do it, but the creep factor is high.
I mean, rather this or the ominous looking city in the sky.
Well, the city is hopefully going to stay there. It's not like a city gets up and leaves, and
Maybe
something is
can
happening
we-
now here.
Yes.
Have we stopped to consider the fact that Strahd can fly, and if he wanted to go to a magic city, he would have?
Yes, probably.
So
Perhaps.
I'm
either
wondering if
this
it's
city,
maybe.
because the living hell out of Strad von Zarvich himself, or it's not real.
I'm
If
just
we're making a
wondering
choice,
what it
I would
is.
say down.
Down we go then.
The city.
Alright.
Should we? Is there like?
Can Nyx quickly sketch the city from what you can see?
Yeah, sure. You can make a rough outline.
Can we like estimate if like how much rope we have and if there's anybody to like fasten it, just as like an emergency sort of measure?
It's not straight down though.
No.
Yeah, it's not, but
If it would change angle, you have no idea when that would happen.
yeah,
and
it's not
how...
straight down. But like, is it in a way where it's like you said it was pretty steep still?
Yeah. It is kind of the steep kind where you might have to be a bit careful going down, but there's no
Like not like
as long as
extremely
something
dangerous,
doesn't
it's-
happen to you, you probably won't fall down.
Okay. By the way you said it, I thought it was like steep, as in like if you lose your footing, you're just gonna.
Probably be
Slide,
uncomfortable
yeah.
for a while, but since the walls are like there's a 1 meter diameter, you can reach out and catch yourself if you just strain
okay.
against two limbs. It might hurt yourself a bit though.
I once got stuck in a slide when I was younger.
Did you have the sun sword on?
It would be.
I
Oh,
can
so then
have,
that-
It remains on for a minute, and then you need to take an
Yeah.
action, which is 5 seconds to say the line, and then it's
Yeah.
on again for a minute.
Like a faulty torch. Got it.
I really don't think it will appreciate me using it as a torch.
Well, we do have a little guy who would mostly appreciate being a torch.
I'm not afraid of some murder hole when
Of
I
course
am
you-
the murderer in the hole.
I actually let them know what Soul said.
Really?
For once, yes.
What?
Can so light the way.
Yes, and you can also murder the air.
Is there something wrong with your moth? Like, is this normal?
I got him at a pretty difficult part of my life, and the invocation might not have worked 100%.
I mean, you know, it's like. I mean,
but
from
Soul is a good, loyal moth.
what I've gleaned from your conversation so far, he's a very bloodthirsty moth, but he's a good moth.
But you know, you had a bloodthirsty tree, and you see the moth is acting way better, despite being at least twice as bloodthirsty as Winter Splinter. You know.
I'm not sure you can make the comparison between your moth and a like murderous tree.
So
Please
cute.
do.
Look at him.
Please
him.
do.
Okay,
Oh.
who goes into the hole first?
Oh, go to the moth. Go down the hole.
Okay, yeah, who goes down in the hole first?
Nyx will
So
go.
I mean, I'm gonna. Wouldn't it be
Always
smart
ready to
for
go down a hole.
Lyria or
Yeah.
Ezzy to go first, maybe?
Ezzy, I mean, sure. It's, Ezzy
It would probably be
and
smart
Nyx.
for Ezzy with Soul to go first. No?
Essie pushes Nyx back, and she says, "Please, I have more experience with holes than you do."
Oh my god.
Damn!
Jeez.
Yes, especially once as dry as this, right?
Oh, damn!
I doesn't stay dry for long. I will tell you that. And she starts like hedging herself downwards.
Nyx follows.
Amatia and Soul follow.
Illyria follows.
All right. And then, one after the other, you slowly hoist yourself into the tunnel. Okay.
We're just gonna end up in like some twisted Barovian version of Wonderland.
No white rabbits here.
All right.
Just murderous moths.
Bending and crawling into the strange spiral-carved tunnel reminds you for a moment about what happened in Vallaki about 2 weeks ago. During the night of Wachter's revolution, you found another tunnel that took you to the completely silent prison underneath the fort and courtroom of Vallaki. Thankfully, there's no permeating aura of the subversion of sound here. You can clearly hear yours and the other members of Teen Trauma's slow and painful descent. The scratches against the walls of cloth, leather, and skin. The effort of your bodies as you slowly move yourself downwards by straining against the walls of the tunnel to not just merely slide down. The short breaths coming from your mouths as you try to remain in control and withstand the oppressive nature in this darkness you find yourself in. After a while, you realize that no, this tunnel is worse than the one you found in Vallaki. You try to keep down the rising worry of panic in your chest as the tunnel seems to go on and on and on. You discover slowly that there is a slight turn to it, counterclockwise, but the angle downwards remains the same. A minute goes by, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Then you lose track of time as you endlessly and painfully slowly crawl deeper and deeper into the earth itself.
Any sign of it changing angle or coming out like an ending?
You're not really sure, but it does have this slight counterclockwise turn to it. But to what degree, and if it changes like that degree, you have no idea. Because it's so slight and over time that it was hard to notice to begin with.
I guess as we're going through and, it's illuminated along the way, does it look like a corkscrew kind of, or like funnel, like a whirlpool or something? Or does it look more like ribbing?
Make me a survival cunning for that.
Okay. Survival cunning.
16. It does have a slight corkscrew feel to it, for sure.
There's something was sort of almost drained down with it. And also, I suppose, with that roll, does it look like we are walking down the spiral? Like if there's like a rotation to a spiral. Does it look like potentially we are going down a hole, or we are like it's the opposite way around, where like sort of we're going against the grain? Essentially, as I'm looking at it this way, like, was it formed by something drilling down from top down or down up?
Yeah.
Something come up out of the ground, or did something sort of
Make me a raw
burn down?
intelligence to figure that out.
Raw intelligence. Are you sure intelligence?
I will allow you to do intelligence or cunning.
I think it's more of just a standard cunning roll as opposed to an intelligence roll. Not because of the modifier, but it's more like an intelligence is like trying to understand something. This is more like ascertaining knowledge that you already have.
True. Yeah, you have convinced me, cunning.
19.
19. Ooh. Looking at it after a while, you slowly come to the opinion that something burrowed this way up.
Oh no, that's worse. It seems, if I'm looking at this right, the shadows are kind of wonky, but something didn't make its way down. Something came up.
That is concerning.
That is. Oh, this is scary. Oh, shoot.
Shoot.
But
shoot,
I mean,
shoot. All your voices echo.
I mean, this is how trees are grown, right? Right?
I do not think so. Have you seen it?
I mean, I'm not an expert on trees, but I do not think this is how trees work.
No, but there's a seed, right? And it grows up from the ground.
I mean,
so
growing up in a corkscrew pattern seems very, like, inefficient.
I can't say exactly why. I'm just noting my observations. We are heading down this hole of which something came
If
up.
I were a plant, wouldn't I grow straight up?
I don't know. It seemed like a pretty weird tree.
Do we have any giant tree expert here?
I didn't notice any of its roots having a stone-like quality to it. I mean, damn, it hurts when you got slammed by it, but it was bark.
Right.
To get slammed by it.
Well, I do like getting slammed by wood, but that's neither here nor there. There.
But it's that strong. Maybe it was that strong to carve its way up through the rock.
I mean, this doesn't seem like it would be done by a root.
Thank you for doing this.
Well, I do not think it's natural either.
Nothing about this seems natural.
Okay,
I wonder how deep this hole goes. Go.
We are going to find out then.
This better not be one of those endless loop things.
Oh, do you think we might come out of the other side of the world or something?
Is our world round?
Well, that would be one way to escape the mists.
Strangely so, this tunnel reminds me of a tavern girl in one city I went into.
How so, Nix?
Yeah, how so?
I'm sorry, what?
Nick looks around and says, there need to be more guys in this group.
If it looked like that, I'm concerned, sir.
What looks like what exactly?
We can continue the birds and the bees talk later.
No birds or bees over here. Yeah.
Guys, you're slowing down. Let's just focus. This is...
Let's continue.
Hey, Nix, can you, I don't know, tell a funny story as we're going down this murder hole?
I remember you telling an interesting story. Story.
I don't know. My voice is carrying quite a way. I wouldn't want
How
whatever
about
lies.
continuing the one with the princess with the ice powers?
Is now really the time for a lovely cutesy story?
I mean, anything to keep my nerves in check. check, check, check.
I really hope this has an end to it. It.
I need to find my notes.
We actually get it? Woo! Okay, sorry, I got overly excited.
A non-copyright infringing story about an ice princess. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let me find where we left off. Keep a lookout just in case.
It's a little bit awkward, like one hand and the other hand holding up a book, but I guess.
I did not think you would do it.
Oh, actually, I can't really read from the book in this darkness.
Hold up. So, over here. You have a desk lamp in the in the shape of a moth.
Soul does not comply with this order.
So, be nice.
Not to hit! I'm still plotting my
But
revenge.
to me, I want to hear this story. So be nice to me then.
But why
Come
does
on.
it have to be him?
Because
He
he's the one
deserves to
holding
die
the-
horribly, not be helped by me. We're
Why,
going to
perhaps-
murder him one day. Horribly. Right?
I will check up with higher command before I order such a thing.
Higher command? I am the highest command! I am the general in this land!
Yes. So perhaps if you shine too brightly on him, you might be able to blind him and make him fall down the tunnel.
Or maybe we can slowly work on his eyesight so we slowly make him blind. And then when we have removed all vision from him, then we can terrify him in the dark. Oh, the torture! The torture!
Yes. So now please light up the book. Thank you, Soul.
Soul flies directly into basically your eyes with his light.
Can I try and dodge it like it's some sort of pigeon?
Sure. Make me a dex save.
Oh no. It was a ploy all along. Dodging soul. 10.
That's enough for Soul. It's a little bit slow, like that. Oh god! And then you kind of dodge out of the way.
So
It doesn't really work out in the end because Soul just want to like place himself like over Nix's eyes, and it just becomes awkward with the book out and Nix only having one hand.
don't get back here.
Okay, we shall try another time.
I am disappointed in you, Soul.
I am very proud. I'm well ahead of my devious plan.
Your plan didn't work.
It will over time.
Okay, get back. Get back
Okay,
here.
okay. Alright.
Silence comes back.
Sorry, Nix.
It's okay, I'm still planning my notes.
I guess things between Soul and Nyx are a little awkward.
Yeah.
You think? But silence come back. 2 minutes. 5 minutes, maybe? Or is it 10? 20? 30? Starting to get pretty tired. But then there, finally, there seems to be some light. The tunnel evens out, widens, and you can stand upright again on flat, blessed earth. The walls remain that strange carved spiral pattern, but the ground becomes dampened earth, where small roots find a way through. Cave moss and mushroom grow here, and as you take a few stumbling steps forward, the tunnel walls really widens out to a large circular room. Red mists up to your shins haphazardly dance around the space. In the northeastern corner, there's an elevated space, for which in the center stands 9 tall stones. There's carved words shining in red infernal light in a circle around the tip of the stones, from which a steady trickle of blood emerges from, runs down the length of the stone's inner surface, and eventually pools into a dark red pond. Sickly black roots escape from the rounded dome-like ceiling from above to dangle above it, and some of those roots pierce past the liquid surface, submerging within. All you take a trepidatious step forward. And as you do, dark green words appear on the middle section of the stones all at once in a low sound as it activates. At the same time, small pebbles and stone lying around the area starts to levitate off the ground. They lift together to be about chest height. They tremble in space for a bit, gently rolling in random directions in place. Then, to a secret cue, they start to move in a strange pattern with each other. There's chaos for a moment. Then you experience harmony as they create a slow-moving geometric spiral around the center of the standing stones. And all is quiet, but for the occasional water droplet that falls from the earthen ceiling to the damp soil ground beneath.
Ah, boy. Ah, boy, ah, boy, ah, boy, ah, boy, ah, boy.
If I be here,
What is that?
I believe we all encountered something similar before.
I think so.
Next, we'll look around warily and very cautiously, and seeing as we just recently, we're going down this tunnel that seems to like come up from something. He will channel a soul and cast detect soul aspects.
Oh.
Yeah. I will do a vibe check. Nat 1, he's clearly spooked.
Yeah. Okay.
Jesus Christ. Classic Nyx, not holding onto souls.
12 meter radius.
Yeah, so aberrations, celestials, elemental, fae, fiend, or undead for 10 minutes as he ventures trepidatiously into the cavern. I'm checking to see if anything is nearby. Not exactly sure where we are, but something has happened here. Something was created, or I don't know, but you led us here, Hamatir.
Yes, I have. I'm about to do something potentially very stupid.
Honestly.
Fuck.
Can I do a radius around me?
Yes.
I can.
We can.
12 meters. Are they in like a different color than that?
Make it red.
Yes, ma'am.
My eyes. Okay.
Actually, can I make it like not so violent color? There you go.
There you go.
Make it like purple so we know it's Nyx.
Mm.
Yeah, it doesn't work for the mood in here.
Okay, before I do something extremely potentially stupid and maybe life-threatening, please, I have no idea how I was last time when that thing happened, but please make sure I don't break my neck or something, I guess.
Of course.
Illyria, are you hanging about back there?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Do I get a very familiar feeling walking up to this standing stone?
Yeah. The thing is with the standing stones behind the windmill is that they share several features here. One of them being those infernal carved words at the tip, the blood that pools in the center into the pond, the carved words around the middle section in another language. Though the stones behind the windmill is shown of a very light green, this is of a dark moss kind of green. What is different though, those stones when you approach, they started lifting off the ground and slowly levitating in place. These do not do that, but you have these strange stones on the other hand that are slowly circling the main circle. Nyx, as you step up your first steps on this slight incline towards the circle of stones, there are several colors that suddenly appears in your mind. It is a mangled, confusing mixture of fiend, fae, and elemental.
Originating from where?
From the stones in the pool.
So I know exactly where it's coming from. It's not like it's a blend or like a blurry vision, as opposed to the primordial awareness kind of thing from a ranger's. This is specific orientations. Is there a single location or are there many locations?
The stones and the pool as a whole is the location.
I have no idea what this is, but from what I can see, and like Nyx's eyes, like around his irises, is like this sort of rotating golden sparks. So it indicates that you can see this sort of soul aspects. I have no idea what that is, but that is fucking scary. It's not quite sure exactly what it is. It's elemental. It kind of... What was it? Did you say elemental? Fae?
Fae and fiend.
And fiend. It's like nature has been twisted by both good and evil here.
I mean, that... I wonder if that is a thing with all of the stones or just this one.
I didn't check last time we were there, but we can certainly check if we're there again. So you missed that this now is detected as elemental with both Fae and Fiend all combined.
Oh wow, this is weird. Okay.
Both good and evil intertwined with nature almost.
So we know there's supposed to be some sort of primordial elemental sort of being here, and apparently you say it's mixed with Fae, which might come from rain, and Fiend, which Boreas knows, I guess.
I can see all sorts of things from here. What are we doing, guys? Why?
I'm gonna touch it.
Oh. Why?
Are you sure?
I am not. Not at all. But I do believe that something from the other circle. I didn't know if it chose me because I was the first available person there, or because I was stupid enough, or because of anything else. But I do know that there is something beneath this place, and I do know that the hags probably don't want anyone meddling with it, which means maybe Star doesn't want anyone meddling with it. And I do remember Star being very, very mad at me possessing the powers that I now possess. Which brings me to the conclusion that if I fuck with this, I fuck with Strad, and I believe that would be a very, very profitable outcome for our cause, despite my better judgment.
Well, be safe. I'm gonna stay back here, but you've got this. And pats her on the shoulder and casts guidance.
Oh, come
Want
on,
me
it's...
to stay
gonna
closer to you?
I don't know. Maybe something will jump, and maybe it's better if just it's me. You know, these sort of things happen when you face with giant ancient elemental stones or whatever. I don't know. I have no
will
clue.
Still walk up a little and then give Amardia some space, but she's ready if she's needed.
Yeah.
I'll shout if anything changes.
Esmeralda was beside him on the other side and gives Nyx a look over her shoulder. Like, if you're sure, then go ahead. But be careful. This place is giving me the bad vibes.
Yes. Okay, you go on. It's just a bunch of cursed stones. Who cares? Oh.
And you see Hamartia is sweating profusely as she takes another step and another step, each step a bit slower than the last.
Mm-hmm.
Until she gets in between the stones. And she will stand at the very edge next to the pool. Do I see anything?
Make me a perception intelligence.
Okay. Perception intelligence. There we go. 19.
Wow. There are a few pebbles that break away from the pattern and they start levitating towards you.
Are all of the stones red? Which one is the green one?
When I talk about the pebbles, those are the pebbles in that spiral pattern that is constantly swirling around, levitating above the ground. The standing stones themselves, the 9 in the center, they are still firmly in the ground.
Yes. Okay.
So there's a few pebbles in this geometric shape that break away from the hole and they start approaching you.
I will cast Druid Cuff and make a little ball of weather in my hand.
A little... what? What did you say?
A little cloud in my hand.
Oh, okay. They're very slow in their approach, but as they get closer, they slowly move up to your chest in a loose circle pattern. There's 5 of them, and you can feel this gentle force pushing you away from the edge of the pool.
I comply.
They detach from your chest, kind of hover in place, and then move behind your back to push you towards one of the stones. The stone that is straight ahead.
I
Slightly,
comply.
slightly to the right. Okay, you get very close. You see those words that are similar, yet different. I do think, Nyx, that your comprehend languages have broken by now. More than an hour
based on the tunnel, yeah.
have passed. So sadly you cannot read that, but you see the glint of Inferno. Hamartia, what do you want to do?
I want to touch the stone.
Alright. It's cool to your touch. Mm-hmm.
What are the stones doing as Hamatia gently touches the stone?
Nothing happens for a moment. But then lightning fast pain shoots through your body, your vision goes black. Nyx, Illyria, Essie, you see Hamartia's body stiffen, her head makes this crack noise as it moves upwards to behold the ceiling above with wide, fully glazed eyes of black. The levitating rocks change their pattern and eventually settles into a new spiral one, but they move faster and more erratic. Let's go for a short break.
Oh yes! Let's go! Let's go!
Grabbing chocolate milk.
I need my comfort chocolate. Bill.
I gotta refill my drink. I'll be right back and get some food. Be right back.
As Margaret Yellow and Margale Avenue should the Hekimatlam.
Alrighty, I'm back.
right, I'm here.
Are you though?
What do you mean?
Welcome back.
I exist.
It's kind of a mood, not gonna lie.
Yeah. Going down this hole. What could go wrong? With Nick's
Nothing could go
Spookovision,
wrong.
or at this point it does look like it's near the lower edge of the planet's crust. Yeah.
Spookovision.
Spookovision, I like that.
So we're waiting on Cookie?
Yep.
Alright.
Chop, chop, chop.
Yeah, I have my food. I didn't have the time to eat beforehand. I have it with me here.
What do you mean? You had like 45
Well,
extra
I'm
minutes.
bad at planning.
You said it. We were thinking. Just kidding.
I'm a little bit of a time optimist, but it's okay.
What did you make?
I made couscous with halloumi, fried halloumi, cabbage, onion, and mushrooms, together with a garlic creme fraiche lime feta cheese sauce.
Yanni, did you hear that Bexxy was speaking just then?
No.
Really?
What?
What?
When?
When you said you were back.
No, I haven't.
Oh,
Did you have like you didn't put your headphones on or something, or?
Yes, I haven't yet.
Ah.
As of that time. Why?
I was just
Yeah, I was just
describing my
wondering.
delicious food.
Yeah.
Oh, did I interrupt you?
Yeah. So I was just curious,
Ah.
like, if that's the case, like, is it because you didn't see something?
No,
Or you did-
no. My apologies.
No, I'm
It's okay.
genuinely curious about like from a technical perspective whether or not that was an actual reason. Or
I'm
you
just when I get to a break, I know I'm taking like the longest time, so I just run back to the mic as fast as I possibly can, and scream, "I'm back!" So you know that I'm
Okay.
back. And then continue. That's the train of thought.
Cool. Okay.
Supervision enabled.
No, yeah. Okay. Since we're here, let's get back into it, shall we?
Amadia with pitch black eyes is now. She's not
Yeah.
raised up or anything. She's not levitating.
No, but like violently, her neck snapped. So she's looking straight up with wide eyes, where all of the eye has turned completely black.
Illyria rushes up towards Amordia.
Yeah, as he does the same.
Amordia?
Nick-
Actually, Marty, here you go. This is what you experience. Nothing.
What do I experience?
For now, just blackness, as you can see. Essie,
Conscious?
Lyria. Huh?
Am I conscious?
You don't know yet. Illyria, and as you rush up, Illyria, what do you want to do?
I think Illyria would kind of like try to like shout an aim and just try to maybe like grab her hand.
She has one hand that touches the stone in front of her, and then she has one like loose hand by her side.
Yeah, Illyria's gonna take that and it's like, Amordia? What's happening? Can you hear me?
As he grabs onto the shoulder of Martha and kind of give her like a light push. And Martia doesn't answer.
mean, Illyria for now gonna stay like by our side and look very, very concerned.
Do I see any change in her?
Other than
Apart from the spooky black eyes, and then her neck just kind of like, you know, like snapped up. Like...
Yeah.
As in from like a soul aspect.
Oh.
Do I see like some sort of weirdness changing in her, or something
Yeah,
possessing
yeah,
her?
yeah. There's some elemental that is moving into her body.
Something has got her. Something ancient. It seems something elemental. Hamatia, do you hear us? Hamatia!
No answer.
Drop her, you bitch!
As he goes to like try to take her hand off the stone, trying to like break a connection, and she pushes against Amartia's hand. It doesn't move an inch. Essie swears, and then she takes like two hands and tries to jerk off. She tries to like beat on Illyria's elbow joint to try and like remove her hand, but no matter what she does, it seems like her hand is glued to the surface of the stone.
Do I notice like any sort of scale of like immense power or anything like this?
You know that the location of this amalgamation of soul aspects is the stones and the pool themselves, and you feel like that area has now grown to include Hamartia, but in her location there's only elemental energies.
Don't have any way to stop this, except for.
Oh, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I thought you were finished. I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead. I was.
Illyria will just kind of look towards Ezzy and like, I don't think she's gonna snap out of it until whatever this is done.
Ah, fuck. Oh, why does this always happen? Alright, okay. Fuck.
Illyria would know.
Alright. Let's change perspective. Amartia. The ground underneath your feet suddenly disappear. You are in freefall. Yet everything around you is black as night, and you just keep on falling into a never-ending abyss. It feels like a lifetime. Your stomach is lurching, your mouth screaming loudly. But then, you come to a vicious stop. The air in your lungs immediately is stolen from you. Your body aches, but otherwise you're fine. You haven't taken any damage, not really. You lie with your stomach flat on a cool and smooth surface, and around you, the only thing that you faintly see is a dark grey mist, suffused by a tiny light in the strange void.
Is somebody out there?
I want to know, what are you exactly?
I'll walk towards the light.
Stand up,
Almost
walk up
claws
towards.
in the air for it. Like person desperate for water in an oasis.
Sound suddenly floods your senses. It is overwhelming and everywhere. At the same time, almost backlit light suddenly scatters a vision to you of 3 massive objects towering over you, far, far away and far, far above you. To your left, there is a mountain. It quakes. Far in front of you, a tornado twists erratically. And then to the right of you, a maelstrom of water laid on its side spirals as it pulsates. Sometimes they seem to almost lose their shape, lose their spiral, lose their form, but they recover just in time to retain themselves. You intrinsically know that this is wrong, that they are in pain.
Let me help you. How may I be of service? Please, just give me something, anything.
Illuminated into the mist, you behold a massive iron chain that runs from the gigantic entities to 3 darkened humanoid naked female figures standing before you. The chains attach to their backs, to their flesh itself, and disappear within them. They hold out their hands, palms exposed, towards a point in front of them. Out of the palm from the figures to the left emerges rough stones that, in a slow-moving stream, travels to the point in the middle. From the figure straight ahead, a gust of wind emerges from their palm to the center. From the figure to your left, there's a stream of water. The light changes again, and in a flash, you see the faces of 3 figures. To the left, Ren of Mount Gakis. In front, Morgantha the Elder. And to your right, Baba the Saga, Hag of Hags. They stare, their faces blank, expressionless, towards that point in the middle that is still basked in darkness.
When we kill the hags, will you be free? Would that help?
The scene in the center is revealed by another flood of light. Mere steps before you, there's a pool of blood on the floor, for which within Strahd von Sarvich lies serenely. The 3 streams of elemental substances change as they approach the form of his sleeping self. At a certain point, all of them turn to mist, and that mist gathers in a dome shape above and around the resting vampire.
So, are you being drained for this? For the mists themselves? Is that what's going on here? If we free you, do we free Barovia then?
All of the 3 shapes move closer to you. The mountain, the tornado, the maelstrom. They're so tall that you have to crane your neck up and out to see the end of their furthest height. I don't really know what they mean. Don't seem to be able to speak with you, not at least with language that you know. Instead, as your gaze fall down again onto the women before you, you see that some of the stone that Rin conjures from her hand, and some of the wind that blows out of Morgantha's palm, just a trickle, change the direction towards you.
I begin to walk towards the wind, towards Morgantha.
The pebbles and the wind join, become a spiral of their own. And when they are centimeters away from you, you feel your mouth open on its own accord. The two elemental mediums enters your body. You swallow them. It should be painful, uncomfortable. Yet you feel nothing but serene warmth. Your body stops being controlled by you. You feel yourself approach the standing figure of Rin. As your gaze casts downwards onto your right hand that finds the hilt of your dagger that you draw, the other, the left, moves into one of your pouches and out and up, clear in your hand. You see there a black opal, an item that you haven't seen before. Your gaze travels back to Rin as your body stops close to it. You grasp her platinum blonde, almost white hair in your left hand, and viciously you cut off a chunk of her hair. Next, you feel your body kneel before her naked form, and without hesitation, efficiently, you start sawing off her big toe. The blade turns slick with Rin's blood, and easily the opal, the hair, the toe joins together in your left hand. Next, you stand up and you pry open her mouth, where you cold-bloodedly seize her tongue and you pull it harshly out as far as you can. Then knife tastes flesh again, as the cut-off tongue of Rin joins the party in your left hand. You move from the front of Rin to the back of her, so you can gaze and reach upon the black metal chain that attaches to her back, up and far into the distance to the mountain that trembles before you. You raise the dagger again. And you squish your left hand together. Blood, hair, flesh, and opal gets squished. Blood trickles down from your fist. You rest the dagger's edge onto the chain itself. And you can feel it. You can feel how the chain becomes brittle, shrinks, loosens. You add more strength into it as you try to push your dagger in and through the chain. But ultimately, the chain won't snap. Your frustration is broken by the strange sound of paper. Rustling paper from above. You have only a second to react, but the body no longer in your control does so. Your forearms move forward and away from you and falling into your embrace. There's something heavy. There is a massive leather-bound tome with the insignia of the Savage family proudly presented on it. One of your hand reaches to open it, to see what is within. At the same time, there is a violent emotion that fills you from head to toe. A yearning desire to be set free. Then your body is forcefully flung backwards as you fly through space and time again. Nix Illyria, Essie, several minutes have passed. Nothing has happened. But then, whoom! Hamardia's body is suddenly ripped from the stone, her form falling several meters back, tumbling to a stop down the hill of this incline of the circle of stones. Hamardia, you come to, very confused and a bit bruised.
Ouch.
Illyria immediately dashed after you. You okay?
No. Oh, everything hurts. Oh, this is... Oh, you're still here, and I'm not dead. Okay, that's good. Am I not dead?
You're not dead. You're with us. Everything's fine now.
At least I think so. I mean, how could anyone else really know?
I am in no capacity to answer that question right now.
You're really not here for... Well, I mean, I already have a constant feeling of existential dread, but that is not the point.
Oh, fuck, my arm hurts. What happened?
Do you remember anything? Did something happen?
Yes, I remember plenty, but I don't think that my perspective of events would be your perspective of events, so...
Well, your eyes went black and we couldn't get you away from the stone. You were out for a few minutes. We were starting to get worried.
Oh.
I saw some sort of elemental energy enter you when you touched that stone, and we shouted and tried to wake you up, and it's been several minutes. How long has it been, by the way?
Several minutes.
I think
Exactly.
for the, spoopy vision.
Well, you see, you saw an elemental enemy, is that what you said?
some energy. It's not like an elemental, not like some sort of awakened tree entered you. It's more like the energy, some sort of primordial energy entered you when you touched that stone, and you went all rigid, and your bones snapped like you do when you go changelingy,
Oh no.
and then your eyes were black, and then that was it. You, as he tried to pull you off that stone, but there was some energy gluing you to it, almost like unmovable.
Well,
And then all of a sudden, poof, and you flew away from the stone, and here we are. So, that's our story. Do you have any idea what happened to you?
well, I had a, a vision, as we tend to have in our little party. But it does reveal a lot.
I'm still waiting for mine.
And believe me, it's not as fun as it looks.
Oh, I mean, I was thrown out of a window. Well, I threw myself out of a window in mine.
Well, I just fell for starters for a good couple of hours. Just
I
falling
guess
in the
we're,
abyss.
we're falling vision buddies now.
Yes, but mine was it got boring at a point, but it was not nice, and then I was stopped. And
Anyway, regardless, what did you see? What was going on?
okay, I'm explaining. Give me a moment. I'm just processing a lot of information right now. Okay. So, I saw things, right? So there were these three massive sort of elemental spirals. One of them was, and I explained everything.
So what does it mean? You basically pledged yourself to this entity, and you ended up cutting apart your sisters or something?
Well, let's break it down bit by bit because I think there's a lot of information process and we might have forgotten a few things. Look, my take on it is that we have these three huge primal elemental beings in the standing stone. This one would be the mountain, which would signify earth, probably full of the stones floating around. And the one that I touched beforehand would be the tornado, which would give me the wind powers that I possessed. So that means these two primal elemental beings touched me, and now I can. I don't know if I can do stone things, but I can do earth things, and Morgantha was linked to the earth thing. So the thing is that these deities, from what I've seen, they bound each elemental to themselves. And it seems like the energy from these beings is being converted into the dome of mist, which I believe would mean that they actually power the mist in Barovia. That's my first take.
Well, if that is true, I guess now we know exactly why Strahd didn't want us messing with this.
As of now, we have a bit more of the truth. It also showed me, well, first things first, they gave me some of their powers, at least the air and the stone elementals. The water one I probably will once I get there and have a lovely little vision there again. And it showed me, I think the whole part where I take a toe and I take all these things from me, and I believe it is some sort of ritual that perhaps is supposed to free them.
Toe is going to free the world? The land?
The mountain, yes. And probably, perhaps the element is Mount Gakis itself. Which I'm beating and this is so weird. Everything hurts. Okay. And I tried to break the chain with it, but it was not enough. Right? I stabbed it the best I could, but it was not enough. There was something missing. And then that book came. A tome with the Zarovich insignia on it.
Why would you need a book with the Tsarevich insignia?
Perhaps it's the missing knowledge that maybe not even the elementals
Maybe.
themselves possess, or how to break it. But I do know that this book is important.
So we need to find the book.
Yes, and Black Opal as well. Come to think of it, Game Master, do I remember any sort of gem of significance that Morgantha might hold on into?
Make me intelligence check.
Okay. $17.
I mean, they Morgantha and Bella certainly has a collection of jewelry, but they're mostly semi-precious stones. There might be some that Morgantha had that was more precious, and she really clung to it, but it didn't really give you the sense of like, keep away from it or else I will kill you kind of vibe than the Circle of Stones had.
So there's this Black Opal, the tome, and a bunch of body parts.
Sounds lovely.
Yes.
And what does this tome look like?
It's a leather-bound tome with the insignia of the Tsarevich family on the cover of it.
Black leather-bound tome. I don't think we've seen anything like that before, right?
I would have known if.
Do you know maybe any mythical books? Maybe something in Stad's private collection? I don't know.
There were some books in Victor's attic room. Have you walked past any other point, like a library or personal
Well, Nyx has been
collection?
to with us for the library in Velaki.
True. Was it really the library?
Yeah, he went. Oh, it was a bookstore.
Oh yeah. The book binders. Yeah. Not like with the Tsarevich insignia on it, and not that big and heavy. No.
We also in Victor's home, his father's the burgomaster's study had several shelves with old books
A
on it.
big collection. Yeah. That you went through. I mean, there were several tomes there, but none that you found had that big Tsarevich insignia in front of it that you remember.
I might have paid more attention to it if it had the big symbol on it, but no books that we've come across so far.
Maybe it's somewhere else then.
You didn't see one when we were in the castle?
Don't think I did. Illyria didn't walk past anything that would fit the description, did she?
Like
Because,
nightstand
she went,
next to his bed.
She did spend time in his personal study. There were two really tall shelves of books there. But to be fair, your focus was kind of elsewhere.
Yeah, try not to get murdered.
Yeah, that's a big one.
I mean, I didn't really focus on the books when I was there. I was more busy with the not being turned into a vampire aspect of things.
It seems like this is an important artifact if Hamatia's vision is truly the objective to getting out of here and ending the mist. We need to find that book.
I mean, I hope it's not in the castle.
Everybody make me a perception composure.
Okay.
No.
No. Okay, you just fail then.
That's a 9. Amadia is not
13.
That's
focused
nice.
right now.
Makes sense that Nix have it. Nix, you notice the pouch where you have the Taraka cards suddenly flash with purple light, and then it's gone.
What?
Knowing that this happened previously in the Abbey, if Nix notices it, he would immediately dove it. No questions asked. He'd be like, oh, and reaches into the bag with the Taraka cards in them and sees what is shining, what is spoopy.
Still dying off of light and quickly disappears. Like it was a miracle you reached in there and quickly grasped it so you could like see the tail end of the light dying of the hooded one.
Hooded. Maybe we can find the book in the mountains then.
Yeah, what has that?
This was. This was something that Madame Eva foretold. A perhaps ally. We were always looking out for it, but Madame Eva foretold that we would meet a faceless demigod, a creature of untold power, at the end of a long, winding road deep within the mountain. Didn't expect it to be at the bottom of a tunnel.
Well, we have 3 demigods like this in Barovia, so...
Do you feel any different, Amatia?
Except the fact that my head is aching, my arm is aching, my everything is aching.
I'm gonna inspect Amatia.
Amadia is going to try and close her eyes and focus not on the gust of wind, but rather on the ground, on the stones. Almost mimic them and then try and reach out to them. And try to see if there's any connection.
Of course I am. You fall deep into this meditative state as you reach out all your senses. And it becomes quickly, evidently clear that the mountain itself sings to you.
I can hear it. Oh. We have a friend.
As you open your eyes, Amardia, with this newfound knowledge Your gaze falls for a second over Esmeralda's shoulder. There's 4 levitating pebbles that are broken away from the pattern and is approaching.
Martia is going to approach them as well.
Nyx sort of like follows her gaze to see where she's looking. Sees the stones floating towards us, and kind of jaw drops a little. Whoa, what's going on?
It's okay, it's okay.
What? What are you looking? Whoa, what is that? What is happening?
Move, please. I think we're good. We're friendly. Friendly stones.
Friendly stones.
This is a little bit above any pay grade, honestly.
I mean, I'm not even getting paid, so...
Hey, come on.
Exactly.
Just calm down. These are friends.
Are you sure?
Yes.
How are stones friends?
They're inanimate objects. Everything is wrong.
I think they are.
Martia reaches out to one of them.
I think they are part of the mountain. Mount Gakis itself. I think the demigod we are looking for is Mount Gakis, perhaps.
It touches your palm, and immediately it sends a peculiar sensation through your body. Nyx, Illyria, do you allow the stone to come close?
Do the stones want to touch not only Hamartia, but us as well?
There were 4 stones, and all of them kind of fan out and go for each one of you.
Okay, well, I mean, Illyria is kind of like, she kind of looks at Ezzy and Nyx and gives them this, like, look of, really? After all the shit we've seen, floating stones are what's weirding you out?
Okay, that's true. Okay, I could now.
And she trusts Hamartia, so she reaches out and lets the stone float towards her hand if the stone wants to.
I think Nyx and Ezzy sort of look at each other, like look at Illyria, and then like look back to each other with like a
They're
WTF mate.
psycho.
Yeah. But then like Nyx gives like an eyebrow wiggle and gestures in a
As
sense of...
soon as you
What?
send the eyebrow wiggle, Essie extends her hand faster than you.
God, I love stuff.
Sure, Nyx probably slower than Ezzy, but also submits.
She if you issue a challenge, she immediately like, oh no, that won't be worse than you. Yes, all of the stones impact your hands, like gently, like there's this gentle force, and they glue themselves to your exposed palm. The words in dark green across the middle section of all 9 standing stones shine brilliantly. All of you see white for a second as you're blinded by the light. A strength takes root in your body. You feel your spine straightening, becoming more rigid. Your feet stand planted on the ground firmly, and in your heart, an hardened determination grows. The moment ends. The pebbles drop to the ground. The other pebbles fall as well. That were levitating in this geometric spiral shape. They seem to almost lose power for a second, and then just around knee height, power comes back and they remain levitating, but they do not float up to the height they once were. The spiral pattern becomes erratic, looser, less firm. The light on the stones flutter and flicker almost for a second. It seems like they give out. But then it comes back. They're greatly diminished in its shine. Yet you feel stronger. You have gained a level.
Yeah! Let's go! Stone spells, here I come! Ah!
And indeed, Hamarthia, you have now access to elemental spells of Earth.
Yeah, let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Oh god, I gotta have a think on what I want to take.
I'm celebrating. I'm celebrating.
I can hear that.
How much it can get hard now.
I mean, I'm pretty... Actually, like, does the change in body come with, like, all of the physical functions?
This is this is an instant level up. You do not regain all of your HP. Instead, your HP max increases.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever changes that takes place over your level up, it happens now in that instant.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh shit. I am not prepared.
But we don't have to do it now. But from this, like, we can do wishy-washy with time. But you feel stronger right now in this moment.
I'm trying to think because I'm not sure what I want to take. Illyria might have fangs now.
I think this is a pretty clear druid level up on Amartya's part.
Yes,
Yeah.
I would be sad if that wasn't the case.
No, I'm taking rogue. By the power of fighting disengaged.
Okay. So we feel stronger. We feel more enlightened, more empowered,
Yes.
more educated.
Wow. Wow.
Level 8.
It gave us part of its power.
Yes, I told you it was a friendly stone.
I believed you. They didn't.
Hey, it's not every day that we have floating stones coming to our faces. Okay.
We
What
have
the
talked to ghost dragons.
You
And
should
stones weird you out?
This feels like a drug. Is this a drug?
Nix, you shoot out bolts of pure light out of your hand, and a bit of floating stones is what sets you off.
I mean,
She has a point. You are pretty weird already.
Don't worry about it, Nix. We
A
like
bit
you
of a
that way.
freak, aren't you?
we've established how freaky I am based on, killing daddy, but this is
In more
not
ways
a-
than one.
I mean,
Anyway, I think the mountain probably gave us all it can right now.
The mountain is spent, needs to have
That
a little nap,
also
a smoke.
means-
Yeah, it's still
I could
okay.
put
It
that.
kind of looks a little bit pitiful.
the mountain seems to believe enough in us to do this.
I guess, like I was saying, back on the surface. Look what we did. It seems
I know.
when we put ourselves out there, this toil and effort and heartache and bloodshed, it's not going unheard by even the primordials. That should bolster some of our spirits. Even in a time when everything is depressing.
But it also actually makes us dangerous to the people in power.
Sure.
Yes,
But that
yes.
is the burden we accept.
Well, we
It is.
did good. We stopped a giant murderous thief from cleaning everything, and now we made friends with a mountain, which is, I believe, is.
Yeah, okay, I take back all my statements. Thank you, Arf. I won't forget this.
It
I
looks
appreciate
pats the
it.
ground. Good mountain.
Hamartia will take a deep bow towards the sticking stones, the standing stones.
As he instead approaches with more bravado. Yeah, it's very kind of you. Good move, bro. What does it?
Yeah.
What does it say? We came across this. Yeah, wait. Yeah, this is infernal. This one says curse. Ugh.
What do
Oh yeah, do you want to take rubbings again?
Rubbings, right. Yes, of course. See, we can compare them. I'll flip to the pages where the other rubbings are. And take out my pencil, and I go rub one out.
Illyria is not quite brave enough to put her hand on like the stones, but she's gonna kind of hover.
Yeah.
close to
Essie
it.
is not doing it either.
And
She's not touching.
She's just barely to the point where she's almost touching it, and just says a thank you.
There's just silence back.
Yes, I think we should. I think it's tired.
I mean, I know. It felt like something I should do, especially when Nyx is about to rub it.
Can you? Okay. I'm going to stand up for the mountain right now. I don't believe the mountain appreciates being rubbed. Per se.
Everyone enjoys a good rubbing now and again.
Well, I mean, yeah, but the rubbing needs to be with consent.
Nyx like stops his rubbing and like looks like around the stone to the lake and says, "You're okay with me touching you this way, right?"
Amatia will change her voice to that of a deep baritone and go, "No."
Nyx could clearly hear that it's coming from
Yeah.
like narrows his eyes. He says,
I
Well,
speak for the mountain.
not-
What can I say?
"Do you though?"
And this is not cool, Hamartia. I am the one who makes crude jokes while things are spooky and crazy, okay? Not you. Don't come into my territory.
Are you scared she's better at it than you are?
Okay, that was not better. We all heard where that came from.
Besides, you know.
I mean, can you do that with your voice?
Well, I got thaumaturgy. I can... and she, like, echoes, "No!" like, across the room. See?
Nyx sort of pinches the bridge of his nose and sighs deeply. As...
Maybe sketch the symbols instead if you don't feel comfortable rubbing it without
No,
consent.
I feel totally fine with rubbing rocks.
Rub away then, I guess, but I wouldn't touch them if I were you.
I'm not technically touching them. I'm sort of, there's a protective shield in between with the pages,
A sheet of paper.
I do hope
Right,
it's
you know.
because let me tell you, having visions from a mountain is a trip.
It's fine. I'm practicing safe rubbing.
You should probably add this to your book, Nyx. Safety measures when rubbing stones.
Noted.
Why? You take down the primordial, which for now you don't understand. However, starting with where Essie is standing, you can clearly read the words in Infernal from where here curse, steal, siphon, master, submission, corruption, power, superiority, and claim comes to this one here.
That's not ominous at all.
I'll figure it out later. We didn't even have a rest. We just kind of walked down the tunnel and did what we did.
Shit, we need
So-
to go up now.
Well,
Oh,
Yes, we do
but
need
we
to
can
get
also chill out here for a bit. If you want to have a quick rest, I can identify a couple of things. I can perhaps also interpret what this primordial is actually saying. just in case anything, I would hate for us to go all the way back up that tunnel, which sounds like a big pain in the ass. And then at the top, realize, oh wait, we actually could have done X, Y, and Z if we just known, and we have to go all the way back down. Like, fuck that noise.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I don't wanna. It was exhausting coming down here.
Yes, yes.
For the sake of a few minutes, have a rest, have a snack, let me do some spectacular magical stuff. And we can learn a bit more, just in case.
Let me figure out what the fuck just happened.
Izzy, take a load off. You look like you need it.
Okay, fine. And she like plumps down where she is in like a meditation kind of way and brings out her backpack and drinks some water and eats some jerky.
Next we'll do comprehend languages and identify on the spear and the gem.
Okay, alright. 30 minutes, basically. Yeah. Let's do the spear first. Characters, items, blood spear, Kavan. Move information to everyone can see, and there you go. Weapon spear rare requires attunement. When you hit with a melee attack using this magic spear and reduce the target to 0 HP, you gain 2d6 temporary HP. Any creature can wield a spear, but only a character with at least one level in tactics, power, or soul of gain a +2 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with this magic weapon. It's versatile and a thrown.
So Illyria could... Oh no, she saw a weapon.
Yeah.
No one has tactics or power.
Illyria has 1 level in tactics.
Huh. Well,
But she's also...
Are you proficient with spears?
No. She is only proficient at finesse weapons, which a spear is not.
Yeah, and essay is.
She doesn't need it.
Occult.
She doesn't need Illyria doesn't need proficiency in spears. It says any creature can wield it, but only character at least 1 level in a AO gain the +2 attack and damage rolls. Oh, that's the +2, but then also you want the proficiency bonus for actually using it, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if she were to use it, it would be way worse than her other weapons because her brawn is a big fat 0.
But hey, if no one's using it, Nyx can use it as a walking stick.
Wow. I put it underneath Nyx then with his so many items.
Right? It doesn't have that many items. Oh, yeah, well, because no one else is using it.
I mean, we could maybe hand it to Aspida if we ever see her again.
Well,
I mean,
we'll see.
I'm
Like,
assume
Nyx
we're
is
gonna
just gonna
see her
have
again.
it because, like, Nyx always has his hands free anyway, or he can put it on
Yeah.
his back or something. So he's not carrying any weapons. He doesn't have
Yeah.
daggers or anything like that. So,
So-
he's just a pack horse at this point. And then the heart of the Weaver.
Yes, yes. Let us identify.
I cast it.
Yes, yes. Overtime. And there you go. Heart of the Weaver. Wondrous item legendary. Requires attunement.
Holy
You
shit!
gain Soulmaster Cantrip Shape Water, and then once per long rest, Wall of Water, and then you gain additional benefits. You gain a swimming speed of 6 meters, and you can breathe underwater.
I look at this and say, well, as we all expected, this is quite a significantly rare item. If you attune to it, you will have some powers over water. I mean, there's a lake. But,
That does seem to be up more like Martia's alley, no?
True. I didn't expect to keep it.
I mean, yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah, elemental. I mean, you seem
Elements
to be all.
your whole shtick.
Yeah, you've got the wind. Now you've got, Bro Mountain backing you up. And now what? You can say you've got a
I've
little
just,
bit.
got fire and, well, whatever the hell the other thing is.
I think we all possess abilities which could be deemed as cool.
Either way, being able to cast a wall of water and shape water as you see fit, as well as swimming and breathing underwater, that's pretty cool.
Ooh, okay, but we should probably return this to the Marticals, shouldn't we?
In due time. I mean, there's no rush for it.
Is this the gem that we have been looking for them?
I believe it's one of the legendary gems that we
Yeah,
have
I'm
to
just
use.
asking for, like, God's confirmation on that one.
Boreas. Hey, Boreas, is this the gem?
Yo, Boreas!
And God
Boreas, bro.
answers, yes!
One of my
Bro.
players once started a prayer with, Yo, hey Thassa, it's your boy.
But I will point out to you that it's become pretty clear that when Hamartia interacted with this particular circle, there was the mountain, it was Rin. What she held in her hand was the black opal.
Yeah.
And this is clearly water themed.
So we need the black opal, and there's a water one, and perhaps there's an air one, and then we need each one, and then take the hag and chop her up bit by bit, slice and dice, and then we shove it all into a chain and we stab it.
What the fuck really happened then to create this curse? And who was... If this doesn't seem Stradi, if I'm honest. There's no Illyria. There is no, sibling rivalry. There is no simping. What does Strahd have to do with all of this? This doesn't seem like...
Well, I think, and maybe I'm completely wrong, but we're dealing with something... Well, I mean, this is obviously the hag's doing, but the whole curse somehow is connected to that weird temple.
So perhaps it all has to do with who the hags worship.
The Night Mother.
Indeed.
I think we're starting to see that. We've learned a lot, and Strahd, even though he's a pretty big dick for letting this all go on, this almost seems like something that is happening around him, and he's just playing the puppet.
Which doesn't excuse all of the horrible things he did, but...
Not at all. This is his playground that is enforced by this curse. And he gets to play king in no true sense of the word. He just is like
Not
a
for
small
much
child.
longer if I have a say in it.
Well, that book seems important. As is ending all of the hags. I wonder what Baba has to say about this.
Well, the question is, do the hags take advantage of the situation, or what happened before? Did the curse happen, or did the binding of his elementals happen?
I think they're one and the same. The binding happened and then the curse happened.
So that means the curse was planned. It wasn't a spontaneous event that did it up. It was orchestrated by someone or something.
Which, now I'm thinking, maybe it is not in our best interest to have this gem out in the open, where it's so easily able to be detected. Maybe this is one of them that we put in the bag.
That would sound like the best solution.
If we don't want it to be detected, if we don't want to put another target on our back, especially on your back, Hamartia.
Why?
The last thing we want this gem to do is go missing or be stolen from us.
Yes.
You can always take it out when we need it.
No. It's okay. I'm kind of scared of magic items anyway. Here you go.
Of course, just keep it in mind, it's there if we need to use it, and for sure, grab it if you want it, but is anyone disagreeing? Is this a sound idea?
Oh, I'm with you on that one.
Yeah, it does sound like we're putting a target on their back, in a sense. Especially if the hags really wanted this.
I mean,
Especially.
let us be honest, we already have a huge target on our back.
Right, but with Strahd, not with 3 hags that want these gemstones. So,
We
into the bag it goes.
just murdered the pet tree of one. We burned down the windmill of the other.
That's the thing, though, is it? Why would Rin told Yula of our coming if it was in her interest to thwart us?
Maybe we can ask that when, just before you chop out her tongue, as per your vision.
Yes, my vision was pretty clear on the tongue part, indeed.
What else did you mention? Did you say, why a toe?
I have no idea. This is just how hag things work, you know? You sometimes...
Wait. The toe was with the mountain, right?
Yes.
The tongue was with the wind?
No, all of them were Rin. We showed me specifically.
Oh, they're all
what
with
to do
Rin.
with it, yeah. So Rin was missing the tongue, her hair, and her toe.
Creepy.
It's just a hag thing, yeah. I wouldn't look too much into it.
Just hag things? Okay, I'll put that on the shirt sometime.
Yes, you know, you come home and sometimes you see a limb of something or someone and you just don't question it, you know?
Sure. You come home from a hard day's work and sometimes you just want to chop off a toe.
Oh, you see one of your bitch sisters chop one off and you can't do anything about it.
Hey, when you're hungry for toes.
Yep, that delicious lint underneath the toenail.
To be
Nature's
perfectly plain, I never ate any toes.
Neither have I.
But I've
Just-
seen you eat worms. And
Yes,
honey
but they don't have toes.
it's not really that much better.
I mean, we've discussed that. You don't have to eat any more pocket worms.
No, we got rid of the pocket worms. Look, and how much
That's very good.
Up the pockets. You see what they're empty. No, pocket worms. Here.
Improvement. You learned about sex and no more pocket worms is a win in my book.
Yes, of course.
Bexxy King,
Yes.
could you be a lamb and make a new folder under my name with mini bag of holding?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that might
That's
be
smart.
good.
Just so I can see which. Yeah, because like blood spear, sure you can have it on him. It just so it doesn't look like Nyx has everything.
I get it.
Nah, it's
has a
okay.
lot.
We all know Nyx is a loot goblin.
It's a klepto.
So what do you want in there? Definitely the Heart of the Weaver.
Yep.
You're wearing
Did we
the
at some
breastplate.
point put the ruby necklace in there as well?
Sure.
Do you want to? Right now it's just in your backpack.
I mean, it would only be smart to do that.
Okay.
Okay.
I
Place
mean,
it in
I
there.
won't have it. I won't have it for much longer anyway.
Oh, why? Because you're going to throw it with Nyx over the bridge?
Yeah, I'm gonna put it on Nyx and then throw Nyx off the bridge.
This is Tatiana Bridge!
The scroll of holding, the skull holding is in the bag as well.
Okay.
Does Nyx really have? Oh, he has potion of healing. Yep. Yeah, a couple of scrolls. Fine. Nyx doesn't have that much stuff.
Okay.
The grab bag will be in the. Wait, is the grab bag one of those things that it's? Oh, it's just a curse. The bag. Yeah, drop it into there.
Okay. Right now.
It's not gonna create a portal
Just
to the
so we all
cellar
die.
expense.
Yeah, no. It's only holding the items within and only has space for those. Okay, and then we have the last spell to resolve, right?
Last spell, the
Comprehend languages. Yes, yes. Roll me a 1d9.
Okay. What?
4. Okay.
4.
4. 5 myror är fler än 4 elefanter.
Colloquialisms.
Thank you. Sorry, my keyboard just stopped working for a second there. So, starting with the stone right in front of you. And then going...
as a numbering system. Okay.
And then going clockwise.
So this is 1. This is 2. This is 3, 4, 5, 7, and 9.
Like one line before each stone in Primordial.
Copy that into my pen. Wait, so the purse, like, it's the same. The stones themselves, the names of them, are the same as the ones, the first stones by the windmill. They are named the same.
The infernal seems to be the same names. As you look back into your notes, you see that these words in infernal is exactly the same. The core steel, siphon, master, submission, corruption, power, superiority, incline. But they're just in another order than what you heard them the first time, where you wrote them down. With the words in Primordial, there are some lines that are the same, which is dawn, a heartbeat await, hope, a sunrise away, when still cold, dark, and cruel. Otherwise, the other line seems to be different.
Remain grounded, grow stability within and without. Destruction summons twice the creation. Beyond this constant, nothing is endless. New season, seeds, new blooms.
I'm wondering if the infernal things have something to do with the hag's rituals more than with the stones itself.
I would expect hag things to be more of a fey nature than an infernal one, considering that we are...
Well, it's both infernal and primordial. And when I was looking at the soul aspects of this thing, it's elemental, fey, and fiend. And like it or not, the Vistani and tieflings in general are born out of fiend. So, fiend infernal.
So do you think this is Vistani doing then?
I can't say why that. No, I wouldn't necessarily say this is Vistani doing. Vistanis aren't really all about this.
I mean, we haven't done anything to do with any fiends yet, though.
Well, I'm saying that innately, those who speak
yes,
infernal would be
I know
fiendish.
that, but I'm just thinking of why there would be infernal on these stones.
I don't know. The primordial, whether or not that comes from the forest folk. That's from the other one, right?
Yeah. As you look back to what you wrote down from the circle behind the windmill, you had dawn, a heartbeat away, hope, a sunrise away, but still cold, dark, and cruel breath. You must hold, self you must protect, life nurse in his grave by death, gale of winter turn, gentle peace of promise.
like a... Is this a saying? Is this like... In Barovia, is this like known like as a lyric in like a song? Or does it sound like some sort of poem?
You have a literally like a literature background. Make me an intelligence roll with your proficiency modifier.
Mm.
Well, it clearly has a stanza. There is a rhythm to what probably is some kind of poem. It's not something that the Vistani has ever told you, but you do notice that there is a literature backbone to these. And you figure out that what you have written down is in the wrong order. But the question is, what is the right order?
I guess he's gonna
because
look
it's
at
haphazard, which one stone you start at.
Yeah.
Question
but it's
is,
not just these stones, it's the other stones too.
Maybe each of them forms its own poem, or they're all like part of one big poem.
I think they're all part of one poem, but each circle is like mixed up depending on where you start at, and it won't be complete until we visit the third stone,
Probably.
which is over in the marshes.
Yes, but I do believe we might want to take care of Dearest before we advance into Baba's territory.
Oh, it sounds... Yes, agreed. It's just... I don't know what it means. It's...
So do you think they are in an order, like clockwise or counterclockwise, or something else entirely?
I'll have to study it a little bit and what flows best. So it's like, if it's a poem, it's meant to tell a story, but it's also meant to flow. It can't just be out of
Yeah,
order.
that's... I mean, believe it or not, I did actually go to school once or twice.
Oh, I believe it. But again, it won't make any difference right now until we get the
Yeah, we can
poem.
figure that one out once we find the last standing stones. I mean, we know where they are, we just need to visit them, right?
But if anything, if this is broken up, if this is...
Far too much sauce.
I don't know, part of me feels like if we say the whole thing is needed, perhaps, to break the curse. We have all the things, we need some words to say. It's broken up to make it difficult to restore. I will think on it.
Can we maybe go back to the map? Because I kind of don't know where the last standing stones are that we know about.
Okay.
We know about them, right?
Yeah, we know about them all.
Because we have those, like, somewhere...
Yeah, and now it's been confirmed that this one here, which was very accurately placed, is in here.
Which, if the other one is also, that makes it part of the swamp, right?
Yeah, it's by this one.
Yes.
Yeah, which makes
Casimir actually was the one to confirm, where he said that he had seen another standing stone in the swamp.
I guess we're headed for Baba at some point. I mean, we know we're headed for Baba at some point, but...
Yes. Either way, we have to go there anyway for the Raven Totem and to deal with this
Yes.
whole situation. It's where Madame Eva's prophecy told us we should go to. Nevertheless, we do have somewhere to go. We can't dawdle too much, and we have a long journey ahead of us.
Yeah, we have to get to Morgantha if that's still the plan.
Before we leave the Yester Hill altogether, that city in the clouds situation, did you want to do something with that? Because, I mean, you kind of looked all spooky when you were looking at it, and it took a while for you to come out of it. You had this whole...
I don't know, I just wish I could recall more.
It's irritating, isn't it? I mean, but kind of looking at where you guys were looking, it seemed to be in or beyond the wall.
The mist, beyond the mist?
Yeah.
I
Or
mean,
in
I'm
the
starting
wall.
to like. I mean, the Empire used to be much larger than this, no?
I couldn't say. Maybe we
Oh
should
well,
ask Casimir.
I keep. You know what? I kind of keep forgetting that. I mean, the Tsarevich Empire kind of like settled here. They.
Yeah, I mean, according to the Olvestani tales, the Tsarevich Empire came to the shores, and then the war began. We protected the prince from being noticed. He rallied his troops, and he killed the empress that was here, took over control, and hallelujah for Vistani, I guess.
So, I mean, maybe it is some city that's in the mists or beyond it. I mean, Tatiana seemed familiar with it.
You think it would be worthwhile to try and visit it? Do you feel like it would
Well, I mean,
be
I don't think we
advantageous?
can if he can't.
He longs. Okay, well,
But
if we can see beyond the mist,
try.
it might be where the weakest point is, should we need to have an escape plan. It's a question of not removing the curse completely, but weakening it for a brief second for you to escape.
What do...
I don't just want to escape.
Are we sure this city is real? I mean, we are ignoring the fact that...
That's what I'm thinking. If Strahd is just looking at it, maybe it is just a window into a past lost in the mists.
Remember the Fidatov estate? We saw something very similar.
We have no idea to define whether that is true or not.
Either way, are you feeling a little bit stuffed down here?
Yeah,
It's
let's
getting very late and I'm dreading the journey up. I don't know if I will be able to do it unless we do it now.
probably
So,
should.
yes,
And I don't want to
horses
sleep
and
down
cats.
here. It feels like a tomb.
Maybe I can try to recall more about it, but
Perhaps. Maybe you need to think about it just before you go to sleep after a relaxing massage.
I won't be thinking about spooky cities then.
You'll drift off. And if you need to do it multiple times,
Are you saying, Nix, that it's natural to start thinking about spooky cities after having a massage with you? Is that the natural conclusion?
no, I think you took one too many hits by a tree. You're coming up with wild conclusions that make no sense.
I
Get
don't
a hold
know,
of yourself,
I'm gonna
Essie.
try something. I don't think it's gonna work, but
Whatever it is, I'm down.
it does not involve a massage. Not
Speaking of
anyways.
down, can we be up?
Yes.
Right, yes. Sure. Let's, it's getting late.
I mean, I don't want to sleep down here. It feels like a tomb.
Yeah.
Okay, alright. If anybody falls, I think it's better that I'm in the back. Nix first. I'm back. I'll make sure you get up.
I shall be last.
Okay, I mean, I'm not there to catch you, but alright.
I'm gonna roll a hit die.
I mean, I can go last as well.
Yeah, you spend enough time if you... Well, not really. It's been like 40 minutes and you need to wait to an hour, but it's getting really late.
Okay.
Plus, we're gonna sleep it anyway.
No, let's move. I want to see the stars, not some creepy, dank, weird. Yes.
So, Hamartia first?
I think we're just going. Do you need a marching order?
Yeah, I guess. One after the other. You walk down the way where the path starts to get tighter and tighter until you get to that moment where you look up into that tight, strange spiral tunnel heading up in that spiral, in the steep angle, and you sigh to yourself. Mental exhaustion hits of having to go through that claustrophobic experience again. Again, time passes. You don't know how long it takes you to get up, but you're pretty sure it's well past midnight when you finally see the light of lightning coming from time to time casts down the way, the path. Nix, there's a hand that leans down into the tunnel and reaches out for you to help you out.
Do I recognize this hand?
All of you currently exhausted, considering how late it is and what you've been doing and this climb. At this moment, you're just happy to get any help. You might realize who it is when you get out of there, though.
I guess instinctively reach it if someone's helping me climb out.
Yeah, at this point, I think you do.
Gasping for air.
Yeah, for sure you do. The rest of you, you see that Nyx gets some help to come get out of the tunnel, but there's no help coming for you. Not from Nyx or whatever happened to him.
Yeah, here, give me a hand, you dick.
And kind of the last moments you kind of struggle your way out, to like the last push of like, wait, what is happening now? Like, come on, is it just one of the Goliaths, Nukna? Who can it be? One after the other, you pop out of that earthy tunnel to see, standing with Nyx, there is Strahd von Sarovich.
No! I knew it!
You see him lifting Nyx up over the ground within a chokehold. His statuesque, handsome features twisted in fury as he shouts into his face, "What have you done?" And with that, we're going to end tonight's episode of Curse of Mystery.
No, we're gonna
It was a prank, bro. It was a prank.
Oh no! I was like when you said no help, I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh no, it was just a
Just
prank.
Strahd to reach into a filthy hole.
I mean, it's gonna be very interesting what's gonna happen. happen because Lyra's gonna have a few things to say. Ah!